This year was meant to be my year, but it nearly broke me. Let's talk about it. To start off with, I started off the year in hospital, nearly dying and not knowing what was wrong with me. That I was placed in hospital in February. And then from there, I was in there for a couple of weeks, tests, injections, antibiotics, MRI scans, you name it, for them to find out what was wrong with me. Still to this day, they don't know what it was. Mystery illness, in air quotes. That was verbatim what the doctor said. Then obviously it came out. Recovery was months. I'm a bit stubborn and bullheaded, and sometimes act like I'm still 18. And I was like, yeah, no, nothing. I came out of hospital. I was like, yeah, I'll be fresh. I'll be good. A couple of weeks back to where I was. First day out of, well, the first minutes out of hospital when I was discharged, walking to the car, I nearly fainted. I should have taken that as a sign of what was to come, but again, idiot, bullheadedness, you name it. So the weeks leading after that was tough, if I'm honest. Learn just getting my strength back, putting on muscle. I lost about 10 to 12 kilos. Couldn't eat certain stuff without my gut flaring up. Was weak as baby shit. It just wasn't a fun time. And that took literally about 5 to 6 months for me to be back to normal. Now I'm back normal, lifting heavy, rolling hard in jiu-jitsu. But before that, it was just sucked. But in that time, everything was looking up. I had finished my Destroyer of Gods, the second book, in hospital. That was a major achievement for me. My Destroyer of Gods, this book, came out in November. But before that, actually, another book came out, Echoes of a Lone Wolf. And the cover I'll put up there somewhere. Echoes of a Lone Wolf was a book dedicated to my grandmother. That came out in October to crickets. And the first review was soul crushing. Honestly, soul crushing. None of my fans gelled with it. No one rocked with it. It was too weird. It was space western, sci-fi space western with revenge and the death of loved ones running heavy. That was the theme of the book. Not a light read by any means, but I wanted to write my grandmother as the main character, and I wanted to just put the book out. Came out at like 600 pages. So it was a big book. And yeah, even to this day, one of my most terrible releases, I came out. Maybe it'll find an audience one day, but to this day, even if you look at the reviews, 4 stars and just 8 reviews in total, where my other books, thousands and thousands of reviews. But for whatever reason, no one gelled with it. It didn't hit the right notes, or it just didn't find its right readership. And that was a blow. That was a huge blow. I've got a video up, which I'll put up link in a minute, regards to me talking about that. That was painful. It took me about a month to get over that. And then right after that, Destroyer of Gods came out. And this book is my pride and joy. I love it so much. And I can talk about it ad nauseum, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do. It did okay. Regards to, so I've been in this game long enough, 10 years now, that I know if I put a book out, where it will sit in the rankings without any help from anyone, just my own marketing efforts, my own readership, and just where it will rank, and how well it will be received or won't be received. And Destroyers of Gods, it was like I was putting out a book by myself. I was expecting a bit of like the traditional publisher bump. So anytime your books are put out by a traditional publisher, they have readers, they have newsletter, social media, and that should give your book sometimes the little bit of rub it needs. as well as where I'm coming from, I have my own outside readership. And I thought foolishly that the two together would blow the book out. It did okay. It's still doing okay. And I think the reason why I was so brokenhearted regards to that book is I just put one, to all my eggs in that basket, and two, I was just expecting something more than it was. If it was just a normal book that I'd released, I'd be fine. And, like, I expected to do that, but when you are placing all your eggs in one basket and trying to make something truly special happen and it doesn't, it's a kick in the gonads. I do a podcast, Storyforge, with my friend Gabriel Rathwick, and we always say this: releasing a book is like falling in and out of love. You craft this story that you love, you think about, and you just put it out there, and you put it out to the world expecting it to do great things. And sometimes when it doesn't, it's like a stab in the fucking chest, and it's like, oh. And yeah, it just sucks. It just really sucks. And then you fall out of love with the book because you think of the time and effort you've wasted, and you could have been doing something else. And it's a very toxic relationship with being a creator and putting out your works. Very toxic. You expect this, especially if you've not made it. This can be to any creator, like writer, business owner, whatever. Like whatever product you have, if you've not made it and you're in the trenches grinding, and you put this, whatever it could be, a new dishwashing appliance or chemical, whatever. You put it out and it doesn't change the world and it doesn't change your life. That is like, oh, you're like, you think you've got this winning lottery ticket, like everyone's gonna love this as much as you do, and then when they don't, it is very disheartening, very disheartening. But yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes. The way it goes. This year for me was meant to be my breakout year. Like I said, 10 years writing this, or 10 years in this as an author, 25 books. My craft is so much better than where it used to be. And I just thought everything was just gonna line up. New podcasts out, check. Releasing on social media with clips and everything else like crazy, check. One of my own books, Echoes of a Lone Wolf, check. Another book coming the month after by a traditional publisher, check. And on the outside, it might look amazing. Oh my god, this guy's got everything going on, da da da. But on the inside, it's just, yeah, it just didn't land like it was supposed to. And two things I take away from that. One, when it happens, it's supposed to happen. I believe that wholeheartedly. When something happens, it's supposed to happen. It just wasn't my time. For whatever reason, it just wasn't my time for me to blow up to the next level. And two, if I had succeeded, because I know I'm a lazy bastard, if I had succeeded, I wouldn't be hustling as hard as I'm hustling right now. I don't know if you feel it in the atmosphere, ladies and gentlemen, but things are not great right now in the world. And the amount of effort and hustle you have to put out, especially if you're creative or you want to accomplish your goal, is tenfold. It's competitive out there. And that grind of just trying to write and put out and gain fans and readers, and I'm competing against TikTok, social media, the new Diddy documentary that's out, like loads of stuff. Like everyone's attention is just being grabbed left, right, and center. Even me, like I love reading, but I find it now harder and harder every day to read because my attention is everywhere. Like, oh, what's going on TikTok? What's going on social media? I actively have to set everything aside. Like, you're going to sit down and you're going to read this fucking book. And if I'm like that and I'm invested in the author craft and books and stories, how hard is that for anyone watching? So yeah, I am one part's disappointed, two parts happy that I've got to grind even harder, because I know, like, when I blow, and I will blow up, I will like, mark this date now. This is December 2025. When I blow up, I've got such a back catalogue of stories that it will just be, oh my God, where's this guy been all my life? Like, story after story after story, completed series after completed series. That is the best thing. I keep telling everyone that. And I got that from, not myself, from the rapper called Russ. When he blew up, he had 18 albums, and it was like all this back catalogue for people to read. The worst thing you can do is write or put out your first song, art, book, whatever, and you have nothing else for anyone to buy. You've just got this lonely product. So anything else from that, take it from me that the grind never ends. You probably know that. Anyway, the grind never ends. You just have to keep on going. Time is your greatest ally. As long as you keep doing what you're doing, and you're not doing something absurd, that, you know, like, if I keep on putting out music, keep on drawing and putting my content out, if I keep on releasing one piece of content every day, then something is bound to happen. It just compounds. And that's what I've got to tell myself. Because I know I just need to find my 10,000 readers, my 10,000 people who rock with me, who love my stories and love my vibe and everything else. And then, but anyway, I hope you lot are doing great. Thank you for listening. Oh, like and subscribe. I need to say that more, but like and subscribe. Until the next time, big kiss. Mwah.